The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go. Yeah, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
So many friend requests. 10. I have 70 Facebook notifications today from all those fucking BitConnect videos. It's absurd.
Sleep till I come home. Dream of something sweet. I won't be
should see if you can answer Hood Spice's question this morning from 9:04 a.m. It's a tough question. In the community discussion.
Ooh,
hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We sat down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I'm in a tropic club.
Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Sam Capizzi, here at CryptoSomniac to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. What's going on, everybody? If you see me looking up, that's because I actually just moved my monitor above my head so apologies if it looks like I'm staring at the sky. But I moved my monitor, one of my monitors, above my screen. But what's going on? I see you guys in the chat. I'm going to try to answer as many questions today as possible. I got you guys up top. What is going on? Did anyone invest in Electronium? What's going on, everybody? Today I want to tell you guys a little bit about what I'm doing with my portfolio. Snake was on here earlier. I want to talk to you guys about my opinions, and as we spoke more about the news, obviously, just some of our thoughts and what I'm doing as a result. But first off, let's start by bringing you the news, and I'll read the statement verbatim. So this morning, the people that were behind SEGWIT2X, some of the lead founders such as Jihan Wu, Mike Belshi, Jeff Garzik, got together and released a statement that they're canceling SEGWIT2X. So let me read the report for you guys verbatim, and here it is. The SEGWIT2X effort began in May with a simple purpose: to increase the block size and improve Bitcoin scalability. At the time, the Bitcoin community was in crisis after nearly 3 years of heavy debate, and consensus for SegWit seemed like a distant mirage with only 30% support among miners. SEGWIT2X found its first success in August as it broke the deadlock and quickly led to SegWit's successful activation. Since that time, the team shifted its efforts to phase 2 of the project, a 2 megabyte block size increase. Our goal has always been a smooth upgrade for Bitcoin. Although we strongly believe in the need for a larger block size, there is something we believe is even more important: keeping the community together. Unfortunately, it is clear that we have not built sufficient consensus for a clean block size upgrade at this time. Continuing on the current path could divide the community and be a setback to Bitcoin's growth. This was never the goal of SEGWIT2X. As fees rise on the blockchain, we believe it will eventually become obvious that on-chain capacity increases are necessary. When that happens, we hope the community will come together and find a solution, possibly with a block size increase. Until then, we are suspending our plans for the upcoming 2 megabyte upgrade. We want to thank everyone that contributed constructively to SEGWIT2X, whether you were in favor or against. Your efforts are what makes Bitcoin great. Bitcoin remains the greatest form of money mankind has ever seen, and we remain dedicated to protecting and fostering its growth worldwide. Signed by Mike Belshi, Wences Casares, Jihan Wu, Jeff Garzik, Peter Smith, and Eric Voorhees. So that statement was released earlier this morning in news that came out, and I had woken up to, and as you guys might have known or might be surprised as well, so was I. I was surprised, honestly. And I was never a proponent of SEGWIT2X. I was, caught here live a couple of days ago and stated that I was not a proponent of SEGWIT2X. Let me get my back on the screen. I actually am not on. Oh yeah, I am on the screen. So I was never a proponent, and I think some of the biggest things were that it did divide the community. It made things very clear, very unclear for new investors, very clear for current investors. I was never a fan that replay attack protection was never native to the system, which is certainly something that it was not seen as a positive in my eyes. It's definitely a concern for your money. Replay attack protection is very important, and they did not have that on SEGWIT2X, where it is on the current chain. What do I think about the Bitcoin price going forward? I think this actually helps to stabilize Bitcoin's price, and this actually leads me to believe that perhaps some of this was just generated news. In fact, that's completely fine with me. This has generated a ton of news and a ton of articles in recent weeks for Bitcoin, and good, whether it's controversial news or not, it's good news because new money is flowing into the market into things like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I know we can't pull it up here on my website, CryptoSomniac, but if we take a look at the current market cap over on Crypto Coin Market Cap, the total market cap size has for the first time just gotten past $200 billion, which if we bring in this graph a little bit closer, this is the first time we're at an all-time high. Just recently, new money has flown in to the market, and in light of all this news, and I think it's a good thing, and I think that money isn't necessarily going to leave so quickly. Now that Bitcoin is in one, consensus, basically one, in agreement in the community, at least when we talk about the split between SEGWIT and SEGWIT2X. I think that really helps consolidate the money into Bitcoin. I think that we may see a little bit of a pullback, but I think overall, people that just got recently into Bitcoin, into cryptocurrency, are going to, have enjoyed this wild ride and aren't going to be looking to pull out, I think, necessarily anytime soon. They're going to look to try and capitalize on these gains. Look what else is out there. Become educated that there are other projects. And yes, we will certainly see some money flow into altcoins, and it will be great for altcoins. But I think ultimately, I don't think this will hurt Bitcoin's price as much as a split would have. I think this consolidates all that money and puts people into one boat. Do we think we'll see another pump? Danny Avila asks, it's still early in China, and I do think this will be interesting. So if you go over to CoinMarketCap, we can see the exchanges listed out, and let's take a look at the exchanges. Right now, the American markets are dominating. So if we take a look at the markets by volume in the past 24 hours, Bitfinex and GDAX are leading the way here, which is, I'm sorry, Bitfinex is not typically a major U.S. exchange, but GDAX is up there. But they're leading the pack here. Their prices are a little bit cheaper than some of the big ones like Korea, Bithumb, which is trading a little bit higher, HitBTC trading actually a little bit lower. But I think as China wakes up in response to this news, I think they will find sort of the same thing. I think it's good to see the consolidation between these two split communities, SEGWIT and SEGWIT2X. I think this will help strengthen the price of Bitcoin going forward, and I don't see us pulling back a whole lot. What I want to highlight also and open up Coinigy for, I'm not sure why VLC opened. Let's get rid of that. Where is Coinigy? Coinigy. Let's take up a look at Coinigy and just take a look at some of the charts recently. Let's pull up one of my preloaded charts. Let's get out of here. Let's pull up this chart and let's type in BTC USD, and we have a lot of my indicators on here. Taking a look at this, we saw a steep drop off in Bitcoin's price this morning, and we're seeing it actually come back a little bit. I think it'll be interesting to see how much we pull back. On the MACD, we look like we're approaching the cross. Let's zoom in to the 2 hour. We are crossing again, but I think we're actually starting. Let's zoom in even further. I think we need to go into the hourly. We kind of are heading down, but we could see a cross. This is interesting. What I tend to think will happen is we will see a bit of a correction and pull back in price in Bitcoin in the short term. I don't know that we'll see a whole lot of action. Or a whole lot of pullback. Like I said, I think we won't see as much pullback as we would have seen after the fork, because I think the community is now consolidated and it's not so split. Additionally, people were going to probably prepare for that set date, the 16th of November, and pull out. Now that people are coming on board and being informed that, this happened, it's going to happen over a couple of days. I think not everyone is in tune with the news daily, day to day. Everyone had this date in mind of the 16th as to when they would want to switch back to altcoins, and that is no longer, the case. I think a lot of people are having to be informed of this news. We saw other YouTubers this morning. My partner got up on YouTube, and we were surprised to see other YouTubers streaming videos on top 5 coins and not even about the SEGWIT cancellation. They weren't even aware. So I think as more and more people come aware of that news, it'll happen more spread out over the course of several days and this next week, and it may help to stabilize Bitcoin's pullback and and be more gradual, as opposed to, whoa, we just tanked to 6,000. But this will also be interesting. We're having this conversation. What will Bitcoin do over Christmas? Are people going to pull out for pull off profits off the table to be able to afford Christmas gifts? I think that'll be interesting to think about. I think a lot of this new money will flow into altcoins, because I think a lot of people will have enjoyed this ride and discovered that there are altcoins, things that they can invest in as a side investment to propel their their portfolios. So I do think altcoins will do good in this short term, and then they will spike. Taking a look at a lot of them on the charts, they all looked pretty juicy here. Let's take a look at NEO. as one example. A lot of these, and let's just take them out to the daily, they were all, you know, looking like they're about to cross on the MACD. The RSI has been very low as of recently. We've picked back up here, obviously, over the past several hours, and we've been, you know, on this downtrend for quite some time. And I think they're due to pick back up. I think this is finally a chance where they can finally pick back up a little bit. I just want to look at some of your guys' questions. I was planning to go OMG around 6 so that I can buy cheap. Price shot up due to cancellation of forks. Still, I bought it at 8.6. How long do you think we need to wait for OMG to reach $30? I don't think OMG reaches $30 until next year when we approach the mainnet launch in Q2. They've delayed that, unfortunately, to Q2 of next year, which was a little unfortunate in my eyes. If you were to enter the market now with fiat, what would you do? I would invest into, this is how I normally have my portfolio structured. I normally have 50 to 60% allocated into Bitcoin and Ethereum, the safest. I've allocated larger portions into Bitcoin recently due to this news, and I'm going to look to purchase back into some of those other things, such as OMG, Neo, Quantum, ARK, some of my coins that are, you know, pretty strong, and you know, put my portfolio back to the way it was before. And so if you're entering with fiat, I would try to keep your portfolio structured the way that you would normally keep it structured. You know, invest into things such as Bitcoin and Ethereum on the larger end, and assess the rest of your portfolio, you know, from a top-down risk assessment. The riskier things get less money, and the less riskier hold more money. What stable price do you think Bitcoin will come to? I do think it heads down back into the 6,000s in the short to medium term. Like I said, I think this will happen a little bit slowly and more organically, as opposed to just seeing the price plummet the day of the split on the 16th. This is interesting. Let's take a look. Where to Bitcoin price sees an all-time high. It actually saw an all-time high this morning of around 7,900, and then the prices, you know, quickly plummeted. And it's interesting to see that we have recovered $300-400, and we are now back at 7,400. Interesting to see that. By the way, if you guys want you can sign up for our newsletter, where we keep you guys up to date on a lot of this news, and we'll be releasing a new report. I know our newsletter before had the report based on SEGWIT2X and informing you guys we're releasing our next report as well on there. So stay tuned for that. It's on Komodo, a project that we've been interested in for a while. But hi, I'm glad to be able to help. Let's see what else you guys are asking. Actually, I want to take a moment to show you guys. This was hilarious. I posted this on our page the other day. Oh, I got to bring it down. I want to show you guys BitConnect and my, you know, do I think BitConnect is a scam or not? This thing is hilarious. This has me laughing every time. Let me show it to you guys. Hold on.
And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be connected. Wow! Be connected! Be connected!
Thank you so much, Carlos from New York City. We're very excited, super excited. Thank you, super excited. Thank you.
And let me tell you that we are really changing the world.
If BitConnect is a scam or not, I want you to highly consider this video. This is just hilarious. This was at a conference, I believe, over in Thailand. There's a full link video to this somewhere online if anyone's interested in following it. But this was, ooh, I muted myself. I believe I muted myself. Sorry about that. So anyway, if anyone still thinks BitConnect is not a scam, I want you to watch this video. There's a full link to this video. I believe this was a conference over in Thailand, a legit conference. Obviously, some of that was a spoof there, but this was a legitimate conference over in Thailand from BitConnect. This is hilarious. Like, this is a Ponzi scheme if I've ever seen one. So everyone out constantly asks me if BitConnect is a scam or not, or if it's legit, or what are my thoughts. I just want you guys to watch that video and highly consider what you're getting into before you decide to invest into BitConnect. But what I'm doing, you know, this video is titled, "What am I doing as a result of the split?" So I actually acquired more Bitcoin as a result of this news several weeks ago. I had loaded up additional Bitcoin into my portfolio. I had bought an additional 20-30% above and beyond what I normally hold, and I'm going to be looking to purchase back into some of my popular cryptocurrencies, things such as OMG, Quantum, Neo, Litecoin, ARK, Kyber, a lot of these tokens that I really enjoy for the long term and think are stronger in my portfolio. And if you're interested in that real-time process and what that looks like, you might want to consider joining the Moon Lounge. The Moon Lounge is a group of investors just like me and myself, where we go over what we trade in a day in and day out basis. You can join right here on the Moon Lounge. This is I'm sorry. This is the link to join. If you have any questions, you can email me at cryptosomniac@gmail.com. What you get is access to me, my partner Snay, answering questions to you on a full-time basis. You get several reports a month. You get access to our team answering questions. So what you're saying is remortgage the house and go all in on BitConnect. That is exactly what I'm saying. Great comment. So play it again, Sam. Let's play it again. It's great. Let's put it full screen. I'll show you guys the whole video, actually. Let me go into my... actually, let's not go into there because I have personal messages. Where is that full video? Is Bitcoin a scam? I wonder if I can find it. Is Bitcoin a scam? Where is that video? Let's see if I can find it. I got an idea. I could pull it up on my upper screen and then drag it down.
And let me...
Oh, that is so loud. That is so loud. So loud. All right, here we go. Hold on.
And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it.
Hold on one sec.
The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be connect. Wow. Be connect. Be connect.
Thank you so much, Carlos from New York City. We're very excited, super excited. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're waiting for our highlight tonight, which is all of you, all the BitConnect. Are you here? BitConnect, are you here? So let's join your hand together and dance together with us tonight, okay?
Okay.
Yeah!
Perfect.
พร้อมไหมคะ
All right, that's all I got about BitConnect. So if anyone asks me if BitConnect is a scam or not from now on, I'm just going to link them that video. If you guys are looking for funny material also kind of like that, check us out on Instagram. That's where I first posted that. So check us out over there. Right here. So pretty funny content there. If you're into some of this, is this live or old? That's old. Canadian Crypto and Coffee. Hey, what's going on, man? We could still use a bunch of t-shirt designs. We actually have only recently launched our website. Check it out over here if you're interested in a t-shirt. Check us out over here. Our website is now live. You can get t-shirts there if you want. And we are looking for more designs and some t-shirts. So if you want to contribute, we'll be happy to pay someone to help us design some new logos, or not logos, but new t-shirts. if you're interested. And what else? So, what are your guys' thoughts on SegWit? What do you guys think? You can leave your comments on the video below. I'll be interested to hear. I'm pretty happy. I'm excited that Bitcoin has brought in all this new money, and it's really I think overall was good. I think maybe this was a scam from the beginning. Maybe it wasn't something. Maybe it wasn't a scam, but maybe it wasn't well thought about enough, and maybe they kept pushing it to generate news. Just you guys saw all the news in the articles recently, and all the headlines. Bitcoin. So many new people have heard about Bitcoin in recent weeks in light of that news. And it brought in a whole lot of new money. We hit the $200 billion market cap, which is a pretty big number. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. Let's take a look at some of the charts. So again, I mentioned I'm going to be purchasing back into some of the things such as OMG, ARK, Neo, Quantum. How's Bitcoin decentralized when only 4 people can decide if fork will happen or not? So essentially, that's a tricky question, Viral. So Bitcoin is not the most decentralized cryptocurrency that is ever created, and that's why we have so much new technology and innovation happening. There are certainly aspects to Bitcoin that aren't very decentralized, such as the mining power being extremely centralized in one country such as China, and anyone can fork Bitcoin. Anyone could create their own chain. It's all about supply and demand, and if you can generate enough support for an economy to to use it, we can create an economy out of anything. We have children in school trading lollipops for action figures. Kids create their own economy. Anyone could create their own economy from scratch. It's all about what gives that money value. It's really some transaction or energy that was put into that dollar bill that I get, and if I was working a job and I get paid, that is a result of energy and action I took to put into that company that I'm working for. And trading a lollipop for an action figure is you traded the lollipop, and whomever created this lollipop, you had paid for at one point, but you get an action figure. Someone put in the work to create that action figure, to create him from scratch, a company probably. And we can create an economy out of anything that has supply and demand. So you can actually fork anything. It's just a matter of if it has the support that will create create the economy behind it. So anyone can do that. It's just about if there's enough support behind it, and removing those pieces. And I think one interesting piece about Bitcoin is that there is no leader. There is no, we don't know who Satoshi is. We don't know who that person is. And it's interesting to see that there is no person behind it, unlike Ethereum, whom Vitalik is a major, person connected with the project. But no one is behind Bitcoin, which helps to, create that decentralization aspect, I think, into Bitcoin, as opposed to something like Ethereum. What about Sol? I'm not a fan of Sol. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I think I'm not a big fan into lending. I'm a big proponent of Bitcoin. It's my favorite cryptocurrency out there, and it takes up a largest percentage of my portfolio. And I know a lot of people that are new to Bitcoin are wondering, can I still receive the same gains that you guys all have enjoyed? People ask me a lot, you were into cryptocurrency a long time, Sam. You got in when Bitcoin was $200-300, but I can't afford to buy a whole Bitcoin right now. Well, that's all right, because I think Bitcoin is still very undervalued, and I think it will continue to grow and be adopted as a massive economy. It is currently the best thing out there that we have, and it is very small in comparison to what it could potentially be in many years' time. If anyone wants to design, I see great shirt ideas. If anyone's a designer, feel free to reach out and just submit us. We'll gladly pay us for you to do that, because unfortunately we have a lot of great ideas too, but neither of us here are designers, so we have to give that to someone else to do. If anyone wants to help, we'd be happy to compensate you for helping out. I think it'd be awesome. There's so many great t-shirt ideas, and unfortunately I just suck at putting them onto Photoshop or something. What do I think of Loopring? I have not also got a chance to look up Loopring or Rialto. Something I recently took a look at that I really need to get a video to you guys on is Kyber as well as Electronium. And I read their white papers recently, and I hadn't had a chance to get content out for you. But Joran Rickaret, not sure if I'm pronouncing that for you. If you are a designer, hit us up at cryptosomniac@gmail.com. You know, or head to our website, use the contact us form there. We'll be happy to, you know, have suggestions, and if they look cool, we'll be happy to throw them on a t-shirt. But yeah, Bitcoin has the affordability of having such scale, and no other chain has that right now. No one has that affordability right now, and that is huge. If anyone has t-shirt ideas, though, it'd be great to see what your recommendations are, and then maybe we can work on getting them together. What Ethereum problems do you think that will benefit Lisk? With Ethereum problems, do you think that will benefit Lisk? Big event on the 22nd. Currently, Ethereum, I think, is the largest chain out there, or largest platform that people are looking to build on. I always ask people when I meet with new ICOs and I consult with them and do consulting work for them, they always ask, you know, I always ask them, what do you think about Quantum, Neo, Lisk, some of these other chains and platforms? Currently, Ethereum is the only one that's proven out there, I think, in enough scale for a lot of these companies to take a shot on. However, I am pretty bullish on some of the other ones. I love Quantum, for example. I think it's really up there in terms of being enterprise ready. And they are definitely good investments, but I think Ethereum currently is definitely the safest. It's the one that a lot of people are using, and a lot of these companies aren't taking shots right now on things like Quantum, Lisk, and whatnot. So I don't think these will take a big hit to Ethereum in the short term. You know, Quantum, Neo, Lisk, they also don't have the affordability of having the scale that Ethereum has, and Ethereum is working on these solutions. You know, OMG, Quantum, Neo, OMG is not a platform, but all these other platforms, you know, are trying to build and take scalability concerns into mind, but they don't have scalability yet on their actual chain. They don't have that affordability, unfortunately. Loopring is great. That was not the correct pronunciation, but you're forgiven, Sam. Thank you. I'm bullish on Loopring, but would love other people's advice. I don't have an opinion or thought right now on Loopring, unfortunately. As you guys know, there are so many projects in there. We usually have our team reporting on several of these a week, or one of these a week or so, and trying to give you guys the best content. So yeah, that's something we give out in the Moon Lounge. You can also subscribe to our newsletter. We're constantly, and we want to hear you guys' feedback. Whatever you're most interested in is what we'll research on. So comment on the video if you're looking for something in particular. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. What it does is it lets other people in the community know that this video is worth watching. And check out our website. We have a ton of features coming. We really feel like we had the chance to be one of the best one-stop shops out there for crypto. And it looks really good. Very relevant news posted here. And I was away for a while. I sold Bitcoin due to uncertainty, and as I bought at 3.7, what should I enter back? When should I enter on? Which altcoins should I invest in now? So my favorite altcoins are OMG, Neo, Ethereum, Quantum. And I would always hold Bitcoin in your portfolio regardless if there's a fork or not. It's the largest holding in my portfolio, and it's going to stay that way. So I would never let go. If you're not able to acquire a piece of Bitcoin, a whole Bitcoin, invest in a small piece. Invest in 1/10 of a Bitcoin. If you can't convince your parents or your sisters to buy a whole Bitcoin, just get $100. Just get 100. Start with 100, because Bitcoin definitely has the chance to be much larger. I think minimally Bitcoin should be 25% of your portfolio, and I think if you're new to the market, it should really be your first entry point. It should really be 100% of your portfolio until you become equipped to know enough about the markets. And if you want to be a little bit more diversified, if you're new to the market, I'd suggest a 50-50 split. Ethereum, 50 Bitcoin. Just like that. That is the best way to start. So yeah. What else? What's going on? What is going on? But yeah, I think that's going to end it here for today, guys. I am quite hungry. I need to go grab myself some lunch. But feel free to comment. I'd be happy to read your guys' comments. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already a subscriber. And check us out on some of our other platforms. If you're new to cryptocurrency, we cover things like, you know, what does a good portfolio look like over on our course on Udemy. We have one-on-one appointments. We offer money back guarantee. If you know you're new to cryptocurrency and you just want advice on how to start up a portfolio and what it should look like, consider scheduling a one-on-one with us. We offer a money back guarantee, so if you're not able to help us, all you have to do is say so at the end. And you can always consider joining the Moon Lounge, where, you know, it's a little bit more versed, advanced. We usually expect people to be able to know how to trade at that point, and we offer, you know, what we're trading on a real-time basis. We offer reports. We offer support 24/7. We offer group calls each month. So you might want to consider joining that. And if you have any questions on any of that, you can email me at cryptosomniac@gmail.com. And your 3 altcoin predictions for November, Sam, all doing well. Thank you, Restless Native. So again, if you want to sign up for our newsletter, you'll get our top 3 crypto picks of the month, as well as bonus reports, really premium content. So check that out if you're interested. So I think that's going to wrap it up here for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. And remember, stay a cryptosomniac, because the rich never sleep.